Hey guys, this is Javin with AudioMediaProductionService.com. I'm going to go ahead and do a video on the Matrix, setting up the X32 and the Midas M32 to be your crossover for your system management, your PA management. This was actually came up from someone that commented on my channel. His name is Thang NG. Well, at least his subscriber name is. So I'm going to go ahead and do this video in response with him. My scenes are personally set up this way, so that way I always have a system management, like a drive rack type thing with me everywhere I go. So I can get on any PA with my board or even with my scene and have crossovers, just in case you go to a church or something, or a venue that doesn't have a crossover filter, which most places will if they know what they're doing. But I've been in situations where you come in and people that don't know anything about system management and crossovers don't have one, but they do have an X32 or Midas M32. You can bring the crossover and system management and limiters with you anywhere you go. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set this up. First thing you want to do is one thing on, you're going to want to go to your matrix layer and, obviously label and just color these different than your video outs. Just so you know. So like in my case, I got pictures of the main left and right here. And these ones are linked together. So you can link those two channels by going up to view/config/preamp section. There's this link encoder. You can just go ahead and hit link. I just disengaged it. So now they're not linked. You can just re-hit it and now they're linked. And then I have matrix. So that's 1 and 2 is for my full range tops that I have, but I got them crossed over about 90 hertz. And then I have my subs. And I run subs on an aux, so I got my own crossover filters for my subs, and you can see it there. The matrix section of the X32 and the Midas M32, this is the only section of the console that has crossover filters in it. You cannot, you got a high pass filter and things like that, low pass, but you don't actually have popular crossover filters that you'll find in like your drive racks and things like that. The matrix section is where this is available. So Behringer and Midas made it to be that way. So the matrix section is where you can find it. They have Butterworth filters in here. Several different types, different curves, -12 decimals, 18, 24. You have Linkwitz-Riley filters in here too. There's just a big multitude of different crossovers filters in there. So I personally use, for my subs on an aux, I use Butterworth 24s for the high pass, and then for the low pass, the same thing. And that's for my subs. So they are available on your low filter on your equalizer, and then your high filter. So then, of course, I'm doing the opposite on my main left and right. Okay, so to get to it, that's how you would go in there and set the EQ for it. Now there's some steps you got to do to get your mains sent to your matrices, and then your matrices go into your outputs in the back of the console. So that is the signal flow. The signal flow will start at your main left and right fader from the channels, or your subs on an aux go into your mono bus, and then it's going to go from your mono bus over to these matrices, and then your outputs, then the matrices to the outputs. So I hope you got that. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to select the left and right, and then we're going to go up and hit the home button up to the right of the screen with the left and right selected, and then we're going to tab over to the sends page. Okay, so this is where you can send your left and right mains to your matrices. So in this case, you're going to see this level right here, and they're linked together. So this is my send from left and right going to my matrices. So if you look, if I turn this all the way down here, let me do this for you. If I turn that all the way down, you're going to see my left and right isn't getting my vocal in there right now. If I turn that knob up, the send from my left and right to matrix 1 and 2, you're going to see my signal start to come up in here. So I recommend setting this at 0. Okay. So now that is sent, left and right is sent to there, to my matrices. So I am getting signal from the matrices. Then we'll do the same thing for the mono if you want to do subs on an aux, like I do. So you're going to select your mono bus, which is right here. Same exact thing. If you're already on that page from the left and right, you can just select the mono bus and you'll see it come up. And now if you look closely at the screen, you can see matrix 3 is sent to the mono bus is sent to matrix 3. And so that's step 2 in setting up your matrices as crossovers. Now we got to get the matrices to the outputs. So now to do that, we're going to go up to the routing tab. You're going to hit routing. We're going to tab over to the output section. And now we're going to specify which output we want those matrices to be. So stock out of the board, or when the board comes to you, 15 and 16, if you have the big console, is going to be your left and right mains. If you got the compact, like what I have in front of me, output 7 and 8 are going to be my left and right mains. So what you're going to do is go over here to 15. You're going to select your category. Usually it's going to be on left and right. You're going to want to go down to matrix and select 15 to be matrix 1. Push the encoder in. Make sure it says post fader. So that way you have control with the fader of the volume to it. Go to 16. Make sure 16 says matrix 2. You can see that it's jumping back and forth. So 16 is matrix 2 already, so that's routed right. Then my mono bus, my subs on an aux, my mono bus, I have it coming to output 14. So output 14 says matrix 3, and that's matrix 3 going to the output 14 on the back of the console. So that is the 3 steps to setting up your crossover filters on the Behringer X32 or the Midas M32. You can do a tri-amp system with this if you'd like. You can use all 6 of your matrix outs. Just keep in mind you're not going to have hardly any video record outs. That's the way. So that's why I do 3. I mean, I have powered tops for my personal rig, so they're full range. So I just cross them over at 90 to 100 hertz. And then my subs take over all the bottom from there. Those powered speakers already have internal crossovers in them, so I don't really need to do much, and they sound great. But if you want, and you're like my dad, which runs a tri-amp system with his PA system, you could do, if you wanted to, left and right subs, you can do left and right mids, you can do left and right highs. And it's all the same steps that I just showed you into setting that up. Now keep in mind, if you do that, you're going to have to use 6 of your outputs on the back of the console to do a tri-amp system. So you'll have to go through every one. You can link them all together. But yeah, you will be taking up 6 outputs on the back of the board instead of 3. So it is capable of doing that. And of course on these matrices, so you got your crossover filters. Let me mention you also do have limiters. So you can get in here, set, this is your compressor section for your matrix. But if you want to set a limit, just go ahead and set that ratio to ratio of 100, which creates a limiter. So, and then you can mess with the attack and hold and the release. So if you wanted your limiters on there, that's where you would go to do that, just straight up on the matrix section. And that pretty much covers on how to set it up as your crossover. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like the videos I'm doing. If you have any more questions, please comment in the section below. If you have immediate emergency questions about the consoles, say you're in the middle of a gig or setting up for a gig, you can go to my website, audiomediaproductionservice.com, go to the contact page, and my phone number is on there, so you can call me, and I'll try to answer your question as soon as possible. And that's just immediate emergency stuff, so I am here to help you guys. Other than that, please subscribe to my channel. It puts your name in free audio gear giveaways, and I just send you little gifts in your email box. It's not like I'm spamming you or anything. I send you like lessons on compression and gates and things like that, little articles I write about it. And then, I also do free giveaways. And then I send you free updates for my videos. So please comment, subscribe, check out my website. I would appreciate it. All your support is much appreciated, and I thank each and every one of you that's been supporting me. Thanks.